Hi friends, welcome to Love Good Lane. My name is Matthew. Thanks for joining me. We're in the kitchen today and we're going to make lemon orzo and peas. I don't really remember where I got this recipe. I've had it for at least 10 years because I remember clipping it from a magazine or a leaflet or something like that a couple years before I met my husband Luke. So that had to have been at least 10 years ago or so. But at any rate, it's pretty simple to do. It's quick to prepare and it's delicious. It is a meatless dinner. So with my family, we usually have some sort of meat protein alongside of it because my husband likes to have meat for every meal. And that's okay. But anyway, I will, of course, list the recipe in the description box down below, so you don't have to worry about trying to write the things down as we go. But just to let you know what we're working with here, I have an onion that I've chopped up. We have the juice of one lemon. I have the zest of a lemon, which I think is probably a few generous teaspoons full. It calls for fresh chopped basil. The store was all sold out of basil when I went the other day, so I had some freeze-dried basil, which is somewhere between fresh and dried, and I have about a teaspoon or so of that. We have a half a cup of peas. These are frozen peas that I've let thaw. A third a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, about a quarter teaspoon each of salt and pepper. We've got a cup and a half of orzo pasta, a quarter cup of white wine. If you don't want to use wine, you can use some more chicken stock. I have 3 cups of chicken stock. And then here in a second, we're going to need a few tablespoons of olive oil. So that's kind of where we're going with this. And next up, I'm going to bring you over here to the stove so that you can see better as we start this process. So come on over here. Okay, so we're going to get this pan heated up. We're going to need the lid here in a moment. We're going to put in a few tablespoons of olive oil. Good. And once this heats up, the first thing that we're going to do is saute our onion just for a few minutes until it starts to turn translucent, but we don't need to brown the onion. We're just going to soften it a little bit. And then we'll add in the orzo pasta so we can toast that a little bit. And then we'll start to add in our liquid, at which point we're going to put the lid on and let it simmer for about 12 minutes. And then when that's done, we'll take it off the heat and we'll add in our other doodads of yumminess. So I'm going to let that heat up and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I think the pan is heated up enough. Let's add in our onion. Oops, got a jumper. Okay, we're going to let that saute for a few minutes until it's started to soften and just a little bit start to turn translucent. Spoon was there. Oh, I forgot to mention another thing that we're going to be adding in once it's done cooking and we take it off the heat is a quarter cup of heavy cream, which isn't a lot, but it just gives a little hint of richness that is kind of nice with the bright lemon zest and the herbs. It's a good thing. They're just starting to turn translucent. Okay, I think that's good. So we're going to take our orzo and we're going to put that in and give it a stir. Essentially what we're doing is trying to toast the orzo a little bit, which just gives it a little more, it gives it a nice flavor before we add the liquid to, which will cook the pasta. So I know it looks like rice, but orzo is actually a pasta. Okay. Okay, we're going to add in our 1/4 cup of white wine. If you don't want to use wine, you could just leave it out or use another 1/4 cup of chicken stock. Okay, now we've got our 3 cups of chicken stock. We're going to add that in. Okay, and we need to bring this to a boil. I don't think that's going to take long because it's already got some little bubbles. But once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it down to a simmer. And we're going to put the lid on. We're going to cover it and we're going to let it go for about 12 minutes. Don't want to leave any of our bits on there. Okay, so we need to bring this back to a boil. Okay, it just came to a boil. So now we're going to put the lid on. We're going to turn this down. And I'll set my timer. We'll be back. Okay, our timer's gone off. Turn that off. Turn off our burner. Handle is warm, so I better use that. And we're going to bring this over here. So come on over. Okay, so let's add in the other ingredients. Let's do seasonings first. So I have my salt and pepper and the basil. It is better with fresh basil, but what are you going to do? I wasn't going to go to 2 and 3 stores just to find some basil. We can make that work. And I think I'll put in the Parmesan. That a good stir. Now let's add in the little bit of heavy cream. And we'll put in our lemon zest. Ooh, it smells good. Looks so pretty. This is a great summertime dish, but honestly, we have it all year round because it's so yummy. And peas. Got a couple that didn't want to jump ship there. And there we have it. It's so easy. You saw how easy it was. It doesn't take long. and it's really delicious. So give this a try. I'd love to hear from you. If you have a comment or a question, leave it for us down below. And oh, the way I would serve this up, I usually put it in bowls and then do a little bit more of the Parmesan on top. And yeah, that's it. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed cooking and chatting today, and subscribe if you haven't. It does help out my channel, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate you being here. So until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you later.